Muhammadu Buhari, a life of discipline, duty, and debate. Born on December 17, 1942, in the quiet town of Daura, in northern Nigeria's Katsina state, Muhammadu Buhari entered a world shaped by tradition, simplicity, and service. He was the 23rd child of his father, a Fulani nobleman, and though his early life was modest, the seeds of leadership and discipline were sown early. The military calling. In 1961, a young Buhari answered a call that would shape his destiny, the Nigerian Military Training College. From Kaduna to the prestigious Mons Officer Cadet School in the UK, and later elite institutions in India and the US, Buhari trained with precision. He wasn't loud, but he was efficient. His superiors noticed. Over the years, he steadily climbed the ranks, serving in critical roles, from governor of the northeastern state to federal commissioner for petroleum resources. But it was in 1983, amid political unrest and national disillusionment, that Buhari would step from the shadows into the national spotlight. Soldier-in-Chief, 1983 to 1985. On the last day of 1983, the military struck. The democratic government of President Shehu Shagari was overthrown in a bloodless coup, and Buhari was declared Nigeria's head of state. His regime was swift and strict. He launched the war against indiscipline, jailed hundreds on corruption charges, enforced order in public life, and prioritized accountability. But his methods? Rigid. The press was muzzled, rights were curtailed. Less than 2 years later, in August 1985, Buhari himself was overthrown by General Ibrahim Babangida. He was imprisoned, but even behind bars, his image as a strict, incorruptible nationalist only grew. The democratic journey for many, that could have been the end. But Buhari was not finished. Decades later, in a remarkable reinvention, he entered politics, not as a military man, but as a Democrat. After 3 failed presidential bids, he won the 2015 elections, defeating incumbent Goodluck Jonathan in a historic vote, the first time a sitting Nigerian president was ousted at the ballot box. Now president again, Buhari vowed to kill corruption before it kills Nigeria. His administration pursued high-profile cases, implemented the Treasury single account, and recovered stolen funds from foreign banks. He championed agriculture through the Anchor Borrowers Program, closed borders to stimulate local production, and invested in infrastructure. Yet, his presidency was far from perfect. Storms and struggles under Buhari. Nigeria slipped into 2 recessions, faced surging unemployment, and battled rampant insecurity. Boko Haram remained a threat. Banditry and farmer-herder clashes rose. His prolonged medical absences, especially in London, sparked public outcry. And during the NSAS protests of 2020, many accused his government of turning its back on a generation calling for reform. Still, through praise and protest, Buhari remained unmoved, stoic, steady, and loyal to his convictions. The final years and legacy. In May 2023, Muhammadu Buhari handed over power to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, closing a chapter on one of Nigeria's most enduring and polarizing political careers. Just 2 years later, on July 13th, 2025, Buhari passed away in London at the age of 82, after a long illness. His death stirred reflection. To his supporters, he was Nigeria's incorruptible patriot, a man who prioritized national interest above politics. To critics, he was a rigid autocrat whose vision failed to meet the demands of a modern, complex nation. In summary, Muhammadu Buhari was many things: a soldier, a reformer, a dictator, a Democrat. His life spanned eras: colonial Nigeria, civil war, coups, democracy, and in each, he left a mark. Whether revered or reviled, one thing is clear. He changed Nigeria's story, and Nigeria, in turn, shaped his.